Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, and today's video is all about where the game is going, how the game's progressing, where it's come from. I'm trying to predict really on where the game is going forwards, onwards from here over the next 6, 9, 12 months. So first off guys, if you like my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then you'll get any notifications of videos that I do. You'll get an email through saying that I've done a video, and you'll get to see these videos first. Lots of videos coming up in the, soon, especially about cores, especially the game. I'm sort of running through and testing them. How to level Goldfire. Current bundle is Goldfire. People have asked if it's worth going for. In my opinion, undoubtedly yes. Amazing bot. Can be quite difficult to use in some respects. Not as easy as you may think, but I'm going to do a video on it. And a few other videos in the works. So yeah, please hit that subscribe and please hit that notification bell button. So, although SpaceApe have said that HQ17, they haven't considered it yet, and sort of, Yanis actually said he's dreading the day HQ17 comes. I'm sure they get bombarded with emails complaining that it's too hard, and no doubt it's a big task, you know, to overhaul all the defences. And I'm sure it's a long big task, and they said they haven't even considered it yet. Well, they considered it. It's going to happen, let's be honest. The game is going to progress. It could be a year from now, but it is going to happen eventually. So what you got to think is, where will the game be in a year's time? And will my current bots still be viable then? Will they still be, you know, decent enough to hack it at HQ17? So obviously we don't know exactly where the game's going, but we can try and predict it and just going through that. So what I want to do first, I want to go back to the start, back to when the first game sort of come out, and the overpowered bots in there, and see how bots have progressed through time. So going back to when HQ14 first hit, when, you know, the game sort of first come out really, it was all about jets. Jets were the big thing. So I leveled all my jets up as high as possible. And I think at the time, level 50 was the cap. I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure level 50 was the cap. So we leveled them all up really high damage to be able to take out key defences. And it was sort of like a jet walk as such. That's what most people were doing. So you set up your walkers in a couple of tanks, a couple of jets, a couple of gunners and a healer. And I think it was just 7 bots then, so that's what you had to do. 2 jets, 2 healers, 2 jets, 2 gunners, 2 tanks and a healer. Some people use 2 healers, but healers were quite rare in the game then. Only had 2 healers, Wild, Wheeljack and Ratchet. So most people ran with 1 healer. Anyway. So the key there was taking out key defences with jets, then just walking the rest. Leaving basically just the turrets and the cannons and shock towers left over. And that's sort of how they went, and everyone wanted jets. A friend of mine, Will Superior, got all his jets dead earlier, and he was the envy of everyone. Everyone was like, wow. And literally at the start, I couldn't get a jet to save my life. The only jet I had was Skydive. I couldn't get Firefly or Jetfire. And I had to cope with just 1 jet and I'm in Gunners. Which, to be honest with you, was quite hard. You know, Gunners could one-shot, but they had to get close, and the bots didn't quite have the health. And that's where the game was at HQ14. Then, going on to HQ15, because of the damage of mortars and missile launchers increasing, we found that jets were a bit less viable. They were still good, they could still one-shot, but they were still a bit too squishy. And gunners started to come into their own one-shot gunners. So Jazz and Sunstreaker, these were like must-have bots. Bravo and Prowl, same again, must-have bots really for walks. Walks have always been viable on every single HQ. But even more viable, HQ15 when it came into its own, where everyone was walking and really stopped really using jets as much. They were too squishy. That's the key word throughout this, you'll hear that a lot. That they were too squishy, they were low health and could get killed quite easily. And if you lost your jets, you were destroyed. HQ14, HQ15, if you lost your gunners, you were destroyed. Then, as the game started to progress, people started doing more gunner walks. So people were using 4 gunners, And people were taking out a lot of key defences. People were running with Jazz and Sunstreaker and Proud and Bravo, the whole lot, and taking out all the key structures and just walking bases. Now, as soon as they introduced Star Saber, people started using AoE attacks a bit more. They were using Star Saber and they were cleaning up with the likes of Dust Up, Rust Dust. Those sort of bots were seen as decent bots now. Sunstreaker became more of a cleanup bot rather than a one-shot because he couldn't one-shot to a high level. I think it was like a 53, 54, something like that at the time. And Space Saber changed the ability so that it didn't do equal damage no matter where it was placed. It did damage in the very centre, but then outwards it did less. So people using more as a cleanup bot. Swoop was an amazing cleanup bot to couple with Saber. We didn't have air cores, so Swoop was amazing, and that's when everyone wanted Swoop. And it became sort of a cross between walks and AoE attacks at HQ15. Then we fast forward to HQ16. And initially it was an AoE attacks, but as people have got more cores and there's more HP on buildings and the XP needed at higher levels for bots got ridiculously high, people then started going towards more AoE attacks. Star Saber became a must-have bot, and they introduced the likes of Skylinks and Cheetor and bots like that, and it was all about AoE and taking out a lot of cup attacks. We're seeing a lot of different varieties of cup attacks and sort of skipping bases. Rushes have always been viable, but even more important at HQ16. More and more people were rushing, and that's to skip defenses because they couldn't one-shot. One-shots became a thing of the past as such. People stopped taking jets and gunners to one-shot. They were taking gunners to back up their tanks and walking bases and using AoE to take out multiple defenses at once, because it was cheaper to add 2 abilities and take out 4 defenses than it was to use a single gunner to take out each defense. So it became more towards AoE. And fast forward to today, with the likes of Sentius Magnus and Goldfire and Elita and bots like that added in, it's all about AoE at the minute. People can walk still, people are walking, but you still need the likes of Skylinks and Elita to do AoE damage in an area. So, looking on past this, past squad cores, past the new defense core, which is going to add more HP to buildings, the question is, where is it going to go? So, I can't help but feel like AoE attacks are going to be the attack. I think gunners are becoming more and more squishy. If you're doing walks and you lose your gunners, your walk's done and dusted. With the huge HP of walls, you need those gunners to shoot over the walls. And come HQ17, those walls are going to go up in HP. So it's going to be harder to break through. So low DPS bots will mean you're going to time out. You need high DPS bots. 5 stars are going to be the bots you're going to need for HQ17. That extra DPS that you get from 5-star bots is going to be essential. And so I think that bots like Star Saber, bots like Goldfire, Elite 1, Cheetor, Skylink, Sentius Magnus, Sandstorm, these sort of bots are going to be essential at HQ17. Healers may even become less relevant. At the minute, I'll show you the team that I'm running at the minute. For HQ16, the one that I am sort of upgrading. It's not quite there yet. This is my team that I'm currently using. It's the team that I'm upgrading to use my aim to use. And that is my current team there. So, Star Saber, AoE, Sentius Magnus, AoE, Elite 1, AoE, Skyburst is simply there to help get over walls. Because she's not a gunner, but her normal attack is a gunner's attack, even though she's not a gunner as such. So yeah, as a gunner, she's my gunner in my team. I use first aid there just for extra health, but once I've upgraded all my rejuves, I'm not too sure whether he will stay or not. Skylink to take out key structures, same again, but an AoE attack. Cheetor to clean up, gain a sort of AoE attack because it's so quick, and Goldfire, which I love, is another AoE attack. So AoE, AoE, AoE attacks. I'm not sure what AoE, guys, means. It's area effect. So it's bots that have a large effect area. So, you know, looking at the previous HP buildings, you can pretty much add on probably 1000 HP to each building. Which means that, you know, these mortars and these, you know, even beam lasers with the new universal cores that are coming on. So take a beam laser for argument's sake, add on an armor core to that, which makes them hard to one-shot, but then add on an extra 1000 HP. And you tell me if your current gunners will one-shot those. Maybe at level 60? Are they going to move the cap for 60 at HQ17? Probably. But that's going to be a ridiculous amount of leveling. You know, you could find that your prowl needs to be level 62 before it can one-shot. So would you rather have, you know, some key bots at level 62 or a whole team of level 60 just annihilating through AoE? You know, one Star Saber goes past 60. You know, it's going to do a lot more damage, hopefully. And it's going to be a key. So, and like I said, and the key to HQ17 is all its HP as well. Don't forget, this HP is going to be added to walls. You know, walls are going to be probably, I don't want to guess at what walls are going to be. But for those people that, you know, get 5-star sludge in the current batch and complain, mate, when HQ17 comes, you are going to be thankful for sludge. I honestly, like, at the minute, I don't want sludge. But I know, come HQ17, he'll be essential. So I would rather, currently, and I know we can't predict on the new bots that are coming out, there could be more, you know, AoE bots coming out and add them into your squad again. They could have better DPS than the current ones. But thinking about the current batch, I would rather have, you know, Elite 1 now, maybe, or Blaster, and then keep pulling from it, and then in 6 months time, 9 months time, get Sludge, and then upgrade him so that he was ready for HQ17. You know, it's going to be an amazing bot for HQ17. You know, and like I said, that's why everyone likes the current batch, because it's all about DPS. Elita has great DPS. Blaster, great DPS. Prowl, although it's a one-shot bot, great DPS. You know, all these bots, great DPS. The only one that stands out there is Ratchet, who I'm not personally keen on, and why I can understand when people get Ratchet, because for a walk team right now, he's going to be great. He's really good for a walk team right now. But come HQ17, will he still be viable? Are people going to be still using healers as they do now? Not too sure. But like I said, that's where I think the game is going, guys. Like I said, we can't predict it fully, or we can do sort of guess. But in my opinion, keep leveling those AoE bots. I've said from the start, the likes of Star Saber and Elite 1 are just essential in all respects. You know, you need to get those guys leveled. I know Elite 1's a girl, but you know what I mean? You need to get those bots leveled. They are key bots, guys. Alright, well that's it, guys. What's your opinions on it? If you think I'm wrong, put it in the chat, guys. You know, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Just my opinion on where I think that the game is sort of going to be going. So where do you think the game's going to be going? Anything I think I've missed? Anything you think that's going to be coming out soon? Stick it in the chat, guys. Appreciate everyone that's subscribed already. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please hit that subscribe and the notification button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs this year. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the feedback and appreciate all you guys that have helped me out with my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.